So welcome to another episode of Geekoutdoors.com. I'm here with my brother and his girlfriend, and we're about to check out Star Wars The Force Awakens in 3D. And so after the movie, I'm going to give our initial reactions, and then I'm also going to do a full spoiler review. So we'll see you as soon as the movie's done. Okay, so we just got done watching the movie, and
spoiler free or?
well, I'm gonna do a review later, but just wanted to get the initial reactions. What did y'all think about the movie?
It's pretty solid.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I liked it.
It's hard to say without kind of spoiling it, but it was good. Scenes were good. Pacing was pretty okay.
I like the action part.
Yeah, I did too.
Visual effects were pretty good. Nothing really mind-blowing to me. I don't know. That's me.
What do you think?
I mean, I liked it. I don't really watch Star Wars, but
Yes.
it's pretty.
So we have two different opinions. One who's from a Star Wars fan, and then from a non-Star Wars fan. So I myself, it is the Star Wars movies we're waiting for. But in terms of how it stands above the other Star Wars movies, I'll give that in my full review. And also at the same time, me and my brother, we do have a channel called GeekBrosTalk where we talk about a lot of geek-related stuff. So we're probably gonna talk about that too. And I have that link below. And later on, I will have the full spoiler-filled review. So thanks for watching us, and we'll see you pretty soon. So this is going to be my spoiler-filled review of Star Wars The Force Awakens. Now, if you have not seen this movie and you don't want to hear spoilers, definitely go check out the movie and then come back to this review. Now, before I start, is this the Star Wars that you're looking for? Well, yes, and also some no's as well. So I'm going to talk about things that I liked and then the things that I don't like as much. So let me start off with what I like. From the very opening Star Wars logos and the credits and then the John Williams score, and then you see the Star Destroyer over the planet Jakku, you know that you're back. And I don't know how to explain it, but those feelings just come back right away. And I was already back in the universe. And then you're down at the planet Jakku and you finally meet the very first new characters. You meet Poe Dameron and the incredibly awesome BB-8. I could already tell this one would be one of my favorite characters, just like I did when I saw R2-D2 and C-3PO and Chewbacca for the very first time. And then comes First Order, the new Empire. You see the Stormtroopers, and out of that, all this destruction that they're laying waste on this planet comes Kylo Ren. And we already knew from the beginning that this is going to be pretty much a new Darth Vader. And in a lot of ways, he is Darth Vader. And when you come out and you see his actions and you see how badass he is, but then when you see the character in him, and this is what I really love about this is really going to be a character-driven movie. You see that he is definitely his own character. He is Kylo Ren, but he's also Darth Vader, and I'll explain that later on. And so from here, we not only meet Poe Dameron, BB-8, and also we meet Finn as well, but he's still in his Stormtrooper outfit, and also the awesome Kylo Ren. We're also introduced to Rey, and a lot of reviewers have been talking about how well this actress, and I can't remember her name, how well she plays this character, and she does an amazing job. I mean, even from the opening scenes where she's scavenging and then trying to get money for those parts, you are already invested in her. And that's the thing that I really, really love. I keep, going through that. These are characters. They are very, three-dimensional. There's a lot of depth to them. Every one of them, even the ones that aren't human, like BB-8. And then also another character that I didn't think about was the Millennium Falcon. The Millennium Falcon is its own character. And then when you reintroduce the Millennium Falcon, man, everything just comes back. And speaking of coming back, when you finally get reintroduced to Han Solo and Chewbacca, man, it just takes it to a whole nother level, because I really don't think anybody's going to be able to play Han Solo and Chewbacca like Harrison Ford did, and Ews, I think that's his name, that plays Chewbacca. Nobody's going to ever be able to play them. So I really, really love that part about it. And they played their character to the T, but a newer age experienced version who's seeing life. And so I love that part about it. And even up to the point when you meet General Leia again, it's just I don't know how to explain it. You just kind of have to experience it. It's nostalgia, but not just for nostalgia's sake, because these characters, they have matured, they have evolved, and when you do finally meet Luke Skywalker, the same thing happens there as well. Now, one thing that I really enjoyed about this movie, another thing, is the sense of tension. So these characters aren't gonna die right away, but even from the scene with Finn and Rey where they were being attacked by the X-wings and all the things blasting around them, there was a sense of tension there, and especially when they were on the Millennium Falcon, these creatures were let loose, and then when Finn was captured, you thought he could have died and got eaten by that easily, and there's always that sense of tension there, and even the lightsaber duels, man, it was awesome because there was actually a sense of tension, like somebody could actually die. And so those things, that sense of tension is something that it's really hard to do really well, unless you're a very talented director, like Abrams. And definitely not forgetting about the script. It was written by Kasdan, who wrote the original Empire Strikes Back. So there's a lot of familiar elements there. But once again, very three-dimensional, very fleshed out. Now, besides the characters, the nostalgia, the sense of tension, I did really, really enjoy the special effects. Abrams made it a point to use real practical elements and set pieces, and also the creatures. A lot of them have real costumes, and so that brings it to a level that you cannot reproduce with CG. Now, speaking of CG, the new main Emperor or Lord, I can't remember his name, but there's a hologram of him. He is CG, and he's CG. And there are other characters in this movie who are CG, and you know what? That really, to me, it takes you out of the movie. So in a lot of cases, the special effects, they're awesome. They really are. They're done really well. But then when you have those moments of CG and stuff, and you can tell they're CG, it kind of takes you out of it. And so those are my main likes about this movie. And definitely the world, the characters, tension, special effects, love them. Love them. Now, let me talk about things that I didn't like so much. Now, a lot of people might argue this, but the whole nostalgia factor, I mean, it's great. It's needed. You kind of have to do that. But in some cases, there was so much of it that it's just I don't know, it kind of is a rehash in some cases, especially if you just watch a lot of Star Wars. I mean, maybe that was the case for me. And so the nostalgia factor, it was a double-edged sword there. So it's great, but it also detracts away from this universe. And also within the movie itself, the first quarter, I enjoyed that the most because there was a lot of mystery, and then you were learning a lot of stuff. Like, for example, as I mentioned earlier, Kylo Ren, Darth Vader is his grandfather because he is the son of Han Solo and Princess or General Leia. And also Rey is also related because from everything I could tell, that's Luke Skywalker's daughter. So that was really awesome how they put all that thing together, But also, at the same time, with them having these deep connections and stuff, I didn't really get that, I guess, that emotional feeling that I think I would. And one scene in particular, whenever Kylo Ren is there on the bridge, that's very reminiscent of Empire Strikes Back, where he's meeting his father, Han Solo, very reminiscent of Empire Strikes Back. And then when Kylo Ren kills his own dad, I didn't get that same emotional impact. I thought it'd be really sad because whenever in the Empire Strikes Back and Luke finds out that Darth Vader's his dad, he gets his hand cut off, man, I mean, you felt something right there. And here when Han Solo dies, I just didn't really feel that. And I'm not sure what it is, but through the middle of the movie, I don't know, it kind of slowed down, and I wouldn't say I got bored, but the momentum and the feeling wasn't there like it was in the original quarter of the movie. And so another thing that I didn't like as much is the fact that Rey, okay, and other people have talked about this before, but I didn't get it till I saw it. She makes huge jumps in characters, I mean, all of a sudden she could fly the Millennium Falcon really well, from TIE fighters, trained fighter pilots, and she actually gets away from them and, actually even destroys these two along with the help of Finn. So how are you able to do that? And then also when she discovers she can use the Force, how did you do that? And then even when she's fighting Kylo Ren, I mean, Kylo Ren is, he's been trained for years. He is a killer. He's skilled. But yet, when the Force comes, Rey is able to like strike him down. You know, she could have killed him if that they didn't have that separation at the end. And also with Finn as well. He is a stormtrooper, but actually he actually worked in sanitation, and he really hasn't been in any battles really. I mean, he hasn't even done his first kill, but yet he's able to hold a little bit of his own with Kylo Ren. And you would think like Kylo Ren, since he's such a badass and he's trained, he could easily cut Finn down with one strike, and that wasn't the case. And so you know, those types of things, you know, maybe it'll be explained later on, but I'm not. That didn't really make sense to me. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but that's another thing that I didn't really like about it, you know. And then also, you know, when you finally meet Luke Skywalker near the end, I didn't really get that same emotional connection, you know, just like the whole Han Solo scene, you know. I don't know what it is, but you know, it was just like you knew it was gonna happen, but when it did happen, you didn't really get that same sense of emotion involved into it. And so and also another thing is, you know, I keep talking about characters, but like the secondary characters, like the general, and also I can't remember the character's name or even the actors and actress, but the one who played like the lead female stormtrooper leader, I didn't really have a connection with them that much. They're very like surface level. You don't see them in many scenes, and they're like kind of like cookie cutter, you know. So I didn't really get into them as much. And you know, also this new Dark Lord stuff. You know, I can't remember his name once again, but I didn't really feel that sense of menace or foreboding that like I did with like the Emperor or Darth Vader. And so those are pretty much the things that I didn't like as much. And that pretty much wraps up, you know, my review of the Star Wars The Force Awakens. I really did think it's a great movie, but in terms of where it stands in the whole Star Wars universe, I definitely think it was better than the prequels, hands down. I mean, there's no doubt it was better than prequels, but it's like number 4, you know, in terms of the ones I like versus the very first 3, you know, the Star Wars: A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. Those are still my favorite. They're still classics. I'm never not gonna enjoy those. So this one lands below those, which still isn't bad, you know, but maybe my expectations, and most people who watch Star Wars, their expectations are so high, I'm not sure if any director or writer would be able to fulfill that. So I really did enjoy it. But I think, you know, like I said, with those reasons that I mentioned, you know, there was things that could have been definitely done better. So if you have not checked it out, definitely go check out the movie. You're a Star Wars fan, or even if you're a non-Star Wars fan, it's a great time. You will definitely enjoy the movie. So if you enjoyed these videos, be sure to subscribe. And for full Ren episodes, you know, head out to geekoutdoors.com, and I will see you outdoors on the very next episode.